Thank you, Judge Valenzuela.
Yes.
About your work with the you were the National Vice President, Director of Litigation of the Mexican American Legal Defense Fund from 2006 to 11, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Were you there when this organization opposed Miguel Estrada for the D.C. Circuit, or was that before?
I don't recall that happening
Okay.
during my tenure.
Okay. You were counsel in cases Martinez versus Regent of the University of California, arguing that illegal immigrants should be given in-state tuition. Is that correct?
That was the issue in that case, correct?
Yeah. And you opposed non-resident U.S. citizens being given that status. Is that correct?
I don't think we opposed non-resident citizens getting that benefit.
Okay. In Chamber of Commerce versus Whitting, you opposed the E-Verify system to identify a person's immigration status in Arizona. Is that correct?
In all of the immigration cases that MALDEF brought at that time, Senator, what MALDEF was litigating was the issue of whether the states had the authority to regulate immigration law. And our argument was that states and local jurisdictions do not, that only Congress has the right to regulate immigration.
So it was just about the role of the state versus Congress, right?
It was about preemption.
Okay. So in Coral Construction versus San Francisco, you argued in support of a San Francisco contracting scheme which granted a 5 to 10% discount on bids received by minority and women-owned businesses for contracting projects. Is that correct?
Senator, I know that I listed that case on the SJQ. I don't think I signed that brief. I don't recall the issues in that case.
You don't remember that case?
I don't.
Okay. Were you involved in Ritchie versus DeStefano, DESTEFANO, where you argued in favor of bending written exams for firefighters that produced a disparate impact on minority candidates?
Again, that case was, I think that MALDEF did file an amicus brief in that case, if I remember correctly. But I did not sign the brief as far as I recall.
Do you agree with that idea?
What idea?
The organization that you're a member of apparently provided an amicus brief in this litigation. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you agree with the position stated in the amicus brief that you shouldn't have written exams for firefighters? That's all right. Have you heard of California Immigrant Youth Justice Alliance?
No.
You never heard of that?
No.
That's not a program that MALDEF is involved in, houses and supports? You've never heard of it?
I don't know what MALDEF does now. I haven't been there for 13 years, 15 years.
This has been around for a while, so you don't know anything about it?
I don't.
It says, well, their manifesto is to abolish ICE. Are you for abolishing ICE?
No, Senator.
Okay. And it says that all immigrant policies are deeply rooted in white nationalism. You don't agree with that, right?
No, Senator.
Do you think that we're supporting the occupation of Palestine, the United States? I mean, this is the manifesto of this group.
I would not agree with that statement,
Okay,
Senator.
all right. But you don't know anything about this, I guess, is your testimony, right?
I don't.
Okay.
That's
fair enough.
correct.
Okay.